Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thank you for checking in. So going with some decorations today. Got the cat right there in honor of the Carousel of Progress. And specifically, all that's set up for a review that again has been much requested. These last 3 reviews, this one of course included, in a row, have all gotten tons of requests, and this is really the last heavily requested item of the bunch, one that I was really looking forward to. Burger King is teaming up with the Addams Family and are releasing for a limited time the Creepy and Kooky Meal, they call it. It has 3 items available. I'm going to be trying all 3 new items in today's review. Now, the meal itself is available for the price of $12, and it includes all 3 of the items, but of course you could order them all separately, and I'm going to be reviewing them all separately, so it's going to be 3 reviews in one, and that way you could order them individually, and if one isn't all that good, you could skip it, etc. But what this meal includes, I guess we'll start with the item that's been most requested. They have a limited edition Whopper burger, specifically called Wednesday's Whopper. And what that has on it is a 1/4 pound beef patty. It also includes Swiss cheese, tomato, lettuce, mayo, ketchup, pickles, and onion. So you might say, that's it. It's got Swiss cheese, and that's supposed to be the big appeal. Well, no. The big appeal of this one is the fact that the bun is purple in color. And Burger King, they are known for doing this from time to time. About a decade ago, I think they had a Whopper that I believe had a black bun. I know they've released Whoppers with, I think, a green bun before. I think they had one with a red bun. And now the Wednesday Whopper has a purple bun. It's not flavored or anything like that, so it's just going to be a regular bun, but it is dyed purple, and that's going to be the big draw of the Whopper. The Whopper itself is available for the price of $7 if you want it individually. Likewise, it also comes with Things rings, which are onion rings, with special branding there, available for the price of $3.49. And then, as a little bit of dessert, it also includes Morticia's Kooky Chocolate Shake. And what this is, it's a combination of some soft serve ice cream, has some chocolate cake batter, and then some black and purple cookie pieces. So we're going to be trying that out as well. The shake is available for the price of $5 by itself. So, granted, if you ordered all the items individually, it would cost more than just the $12 that the meal deal would cost. So, something to take into account. Anyway, now that we know what all of these items are, let's get down to the analysis. So first and foremost, going to try the Wednesday's Whopper, and I think this is really what most people want to see. You can see again, externally it comes with some special branding. I do have to state that in the fine print, they mention that if you order this Whopper, the purple bun is not guaranteed. And I know probably a lot of people are rolling their eyes at that, but that's just what the fine print states. So you have to understand going in that you could do all of this and still not get a purple bun. That's just a stipulation. It's how they did it. But nevertheless, I was able to get a purple bun. And you can see, purple bun really does stand out. You could see the beef patty. You could get it as a double if you wish. You could see the tomato, some of the mayo. The Swiss cheese is there as well, but it sort of blends in with the mayo, but that is the Swiss cheese. You could hear a creature outside making some noise, perhaps. Probably all excited about the Whopper. And there it is. So I'm going to be trying it out now, see if it's any good, and give you an assessment. So, the Wednesday Whopper from Burger King, it's going in. I know that some people like the eating segments, but I just wanted to sort of conserve time in case I have a lot to say. Um, but you can see just from the cross section, real quick, that the dye, the purple dye, does extend beyond the surface of the bun. I just wanted to show you that. But again, it is the purple bun right there. So, as far as the flavor of the Whopper is concerned, I'm happy to say that it's totally fine for what it is. You just have to understand that essentially the appeal of this Whopper is simply the aesthetic, essentially the aesthetic appeal of it. In that, don't go eating the bun expecting the purple bun to taste any different than a regular bun would, because it doesn't. It tastes no different whatsoever from any other Whopper burger bun that you would get. From Burger King, because I was seeing some people that were saying, oh, the bun is purple and it's infused with some sort of special flavoring, and that couldn't be any further from the truth. The fact of the matter is that it's a regular bun. If I were to close my eyes and eat the purple bun simply by itself, and, you were to ask me, well, what does it taste like? I'd say it tastes like a bun. It just tastes like bread, and that's all that there is. So you have to understand, again, just going in, the appeal is essentially how it looks, visually speaking, and not necessarily how it tastes. Although I will say how it tastes is perfectly fine, all things considered. Definitely, as you can see, a good amount of meat on the Whopper. Faux flame grilled, essentially, at this point. But, no, it is cooked nicely. It is flavorful, juicy. The ingredients are crisp and actually fresh, which is good. Lately, Burger King has actually been all right as far as the quality of the ingredients are concerned. There was a time when, more often than not, the lettuce would be all wilted and just in horrible shape. But lately, the lettuce, the tomato, and the onion, and the pickle too, are all crisp, they're fresh, juicy, and flavorful. And the Swiss cheese definitely adds to it. I think from the cross section, probably because of all the bright lights and everything that I have here, it might have been difficult to distinguish the mayo and the Swiss cheese. It might have looked like there was just a huge amount of mayo on it, but in reality, most of the white stuff that you saw is actually the Swiss cheese, as opposed to mayo, of which there is still some, which adds moisture. But there's a good amount of Swiss cheese. Can definitely taste it, so it definitely is a cheeseburger. But yeah, the Swiss cheese complements it nicely, and all in all, I would say a pretty flavorful Whopper. Basic, I would describe it as. It's just like a basic burger with some Swiss cheese on it, but again, has the aesthetic appeal going to it, and taste is perfectly fine as well. Now, the price for the Wednesday's Whopper, $7, that is overpriced, but they can say, yeah, but it's got the purple bun on it. And although, again, that's not even guaranteed necessarily, so mind you, you could go and get this with a regular bun, and they'll say, well, we said that it wasn't guaranteed, so it is what it is. I think more likely than not, you will get it with a purple bun, though. But all things considered, despite it being overpriced, it's a novelty item. The novelty, of course, is the bun, which is most definitely purple. Tastes good for what it is, so therefore, out of 10, I'm going to give the Wednesday's Whopper from Burger King an 8 out of 10. It would be higher if it weren't so overpriced, and again, I can't say I like the stipulation that the bun might not even be purple at the end of it. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's the review for the Whopper. I'd say it's worth getting, though, especially as like a one-time thing, to say, oh, I got it with the purple bun and all that. I'm going to take a sip of water now to cleanse my palate. Next up, we have Things Rings, which are onion rings. And the appeal of this is mostly just the packaging, which I have to give them credit. I like that this all has special packaging. You can see right there, the Addams Family. It's cool. And again, these are pretty much just onion rings, so I don't think this is really going to take a whole lot of time to do, but let's try these out. See, that's what it looks like right there. Couldn't resist that. And yeah, there you go. All right, let's see how good they are. The Things rings from Burger King going in. Yeah, not bad. Really not bad at all. You have to understand these are just onion rings, so, there's nothing overly special about them. But as far as onion rings go, I really can't complain much. They're not, even though they are, of course, vigorously fried and breaded, is what I was trying to say. Um, they're not overly oily, essentially. There's a nice crunch to them, nice balance, though, between, of course, the crisp that they have on them, and then the onion themselves. But like I said, they're standard onion rings, not again overly potent, not overly oily, fatty, or greasy. So they're perfectly fine for what they are. But they do have a nice little crunch to them. Likewise, pretty standard side. The appeal in this case is all about the branding, because these are just your regular old onion rings. They are overpriced, though. Again, $3.49 for this, for just some onion rings, when really this should be probably, well, in a perfect world, this would be $1 or less, but maybe $1.50 if you really wanted to, maybe $2, but $3.50 for this, I find ridiculous. But, because again, it's just for some cardboard with some branding on it and some standard onion rings, I cannot justify that price. They taste fine for what they are, so that's really the thing that gets me. So out of 10, therefore, I'm going to give the Things rings probably a 6.8 out of 10, simply because of the price. There's no way, in no world should that be $3.50, regardless of the branding. If it was priced a little bit better, because I do factor in price to my score, then it would probably be around an 8 as well. And I'm going to take one more sip of water. Now the shake. Morticia's Cookie Chocolate Shake. Right there. Again, credit where credit is due. The branding is on point. And again, what this shake contains is some soft serve ice cream, chocolate cake batter, black and purple cookie pieces, which are sort of on the top there. I don't know how well you could see them, but they are there. And going to essentially just sip away at this. Got a straw right here. Price for the shake is I believe $5 or $6. The price fluctuates, but I've seen it priced at either of those, which is, again, ridiculous. Let's see how it tastes. The Morticia's Cookie Chocolate Shake going in. And as far as the shake is concerned, it's a pleasant dessert. Definitely on the thicker, creamier end, but I would say it definitely has, I would say, decent consistency, very sweet, but yeah, I would definitely describe it as like a complete chocolate shake, very chocolatey. In some cases, it almost has like a fudge sort of element to it, which is interesting. The cookie pieces on the top, there's nothing necessarily special about them aside from the aesthetic value that they possess. So it's not like they're pop rocks or anything like that. Um, those are mostly just there for the fun of it to make it look interesting. But again, yeah, it's definitely thicker. Not quite like a chocolate milk or anything like that. Again, more like I would describe almost fudge in a sense. Has some of those characteristics flavor-wise, anyway. But definitely very sweet. Again, on that thicker, creamier end. Probably from the soft serve ice cream that is essentially the base of this, and the chocolate cake batter as well. It's probably where the fudge element is from. But overall, for those of you that really like chocolate, I think you'll definitely like this because that is the key core component and the main element of this shake. Pleasant to drink. I like the appearance of it, good branding as well. And like I said, my main grievance with this, as with pretty much the entire meal, is just the price because everything else, again, tastes good, looks good, and just the fact that, again, this shake is between $5 and $6 in price, can't really get behind that. So again, I'm going to have to give the shake probably a 7.2 out of 10, simply because of the price. Everything would probably be about a point higher if it weren't for the price. So that's just something to keep in mind. My recommendation, therefore, is considering everything here, considering the fact that everything has the branding, tastes good, and are good items, if you ask me, I would strongly encourage, if you're interested in all of this, just save some money and get the meal. Again, they call it the Creepy and Kooky meal, and just go ahead and fork over the $12 for the 3 items because you will be saving a good amount of money that way. You'll probably end up saving yourself about $5 if you do that, and may as well. Probably be cheaper to even get the whole meal. Even if, let's say, you couldn't care less about the onion rings, it would still be cheaper to just get the whole meal as opposed to just the Whopper and the shake, as far as value is concerned. So that's my recommendation. Just get it as the whole meal, if any of these are of interest to you, because that, I think, is the best bang for your buck, essentially. But overall, I'm happy with it. Again, aside from the price, good branding, looks good, it tastes good, and yeah, something I was looking forward to trying, and very happy with it. So with that, that's my assessment of the Creepy and Kooky meal, aka the Addams Family meal from Burger King. Hope you found this review to be informative and enjoyable, and that's all that I have for you today. Until next time, I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Take care.